Vets for Vets is about informing, sharing, uniting, and organizing veterans. That's our purpose. Informing, sharing, uniting, and organizing veterans across Northeast Florida. Hopefully we can move into other counties and inspire them to do the same. But that's basically what our tactical objectives are. We do have a strategic objective, and that strategic objective is to try to get a Veterans Community Center for veterans of all eras to meet. Here in Duval County, especially since we're a large county and there's over 150,000 vets here. We think that would be a game changer for a lot of veterans in many ways, whether it be homelessness, unemployment, and certainly PTSD, and dealing with the suicide rate. I'm a firm believer that veterans are best capable and able and more willing to take care of veterans than a non-veteran, although we do have many non-veterans that do outstanding job in doing that. But I think veterans are better prepared to take care of veterans, and a community center for veterans where veterans can meet on a regular basis, maybe even 24/7, could be a tremendous help to the veterans community, especially the young veterans community. So that's what we're all about. At these quarterly gatherings, we try to bring in veterans from all organizations, and we bring people in to share tables who, not selling anything to you, but provide services and support to veterans. And I appreciate them setting up the tables and their willingness to come today. We have in attendance, I think, from Congressman Rutherford's office, Chris Miller. Chris, you here? Veterans Court, we have John Holspar from Veterans Court. Hey, John. There's John from Veterans Court and the Veterans Court people back there. It's important for you vets. I want to point them out. So if you got any questions about Veterans Court, you reach out to John and Charlie Coffer back there with the Veterans Court, because that thing is growing and expanding and doing great things to help veterans. We've got the city of Jacksonville here, Harrison Conyers. If anybody's got any questions about the city and what's going on. Appreciate the fact that the table is occupied by Navy Federal Credit Union. They're here. It's the first time. Appreciate them coming and sharing what they have to offer for veterans. Wounded Warrior Project is here again, representing Wounded Warrior Project, and they have a table set up, and we appreciate that. They do good things. That's the Young Veterans, the alumni director from Wounded Warriors is here. They started a coffee and donuts now out at Wounded Warriors that they're going to do quarterly. And they're bringing veterans in there just to basically at 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock share some coffee and donuts with some fellow veterans in the Wounded Warrior Project headquarters. They've opened up the inner sanctum so we can go in there and have coffee and donuts and meet fellow veterans, so we appreciate that. Post 316 is doing a raffle. They've got a display back there. Denny Luke is representing 316, so if you haven't been back to that table, go back and look at it. We also have, let me see, Fairways for Warriors came in, and they have a rep here. They do some good things for veterans, and they have a golf tournament going on, so if you want to talk to them. Teresa Vietz from the Jumbo Shrimp is here as well, and she's their military and veterans liaison person. She's sitting at a table, so if you want to do something with the Jumbo Shrimp, check with her. Also, Harrison Conyers asked me to say Veterans Day Parade. If you want to be involved with the Veterans Day Parade, get with Harrison. He's got these flyers out on the table. Check with him. You got to check with him ahead of time and make sure you're registered to be in the parade. So check with Harrison. Also, USAA is paying Florida veterans. Did everybody hear about that? I guess there's some. If you're a USA member and you were totaled in a vehicle between 2008 and 2016, you're likely owed past sales tax worth hundreds and thousands of dollars. But you must file a claim. It takes 3 to 5 minutes online. Steve Kaufman, where's Steve? Steve, there's Steve back there. He's got a table. If you're a USA member and you think you got a claim, go see Steve and he'll help you with that. That's all I got for admin. I'm going to turn it over to Mike. And for those people that are speaking, we have people that have 10-minute slots and they got 5-minute slots. Let me remind everybody, the 10-minute slots doesn't mean you have to take full 10 minutes, or you certainly don't want you to go over the 10 minutes. Okay. You can speak for 5 minutes. And for the 5-minute slots, you can you can take up to 5 minutes. But if you've got something you want to share, you can just say who, what, when, where, and I'm sitting over here. That should take about 2 minutes, because we got 15 speakers today and we want to rock and roll through them. and we want to give you time to be able to have some lunch and network with the people that set up tables and the veterans that are here. Also, before I close, I had a meeting with the Veterans Council County Presidents. We're trying to unite all of the Veterans County Presidents and Councils under a council. And their representatives are here today. We got Bill Dudley from St. Johns County. We got Steve Speckelmeyer from Duval County. We've got Larry Porterfield from Baker County. I've got Doc Monahan from Nassau County and Harry Silvers from Clay County. So we're bringing the veterans councils together under Vets for Vets so that we can unite veterans across Northeast Florida. And in attendance today also we have Rod Phillips from Daytona County, because they're looking to trying to do the same thing that we're doing here in Duval County, down there in the Daytona area, Volusia County. And we have Mike Boucher from the Florida Veterans, Vietnam Veterans Council, State Council with us today as well. So we're bringing in veterans from all over the state, and I think that we're setting an example in regard to uniting veterans. We just can't do it with the Veterans United here in Northeast Florida. We got to do it with Veterans United across Florida, and we can make a difference. If we all come together, we can have one big, powerful voice that we haven't had here in a long time. So that's what the goal is. Okay, that's it. I'm going to turn it over to Mike Mitchell. I appreciate the fact that Mike steps up and helps out with Vets for Vets. Fred Blas helps out as well. Tony DeLeo from the Vietnam Vets here helps out. Suzanne Carson from Vets for Vets, and also the St. Fidel Society helps out. So it's not just me doing this. You got George Carroll walking around with a camera taking pictures of people. So, and I appreciate Mike Rothfield coming up from St. Johns County that does his Patriot newsletter as well. We get the information out. And I encourage the veterans organizations that have newsletters, if you want to share your newsletter with a larger audience, get with Mike and he'll go ahead and put your newsletter out to his online participants. So we all can stay connected. United we stand, divided we fall. How true that is. So with that all said, let me turn it over to Mike.